Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I am here. 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 I am here I am here to talk about. I have not made a video a long time about this, so I'm going to do it right now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk about the NBA playoffs. What we have seen in the NBA playoffs. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I believe about 7 days ago I made a video about this. Now I want to just continue what's going on so far in the second round of the 2017 playoffs because that's what I do around here. I'm a man that wants to play, and I want to continue to. There's not a lot of stuff to talk about right now. I've been doing some NFL videos lately, but I'm gonna jump back into the NBA playoffs because that's what the big thing is going on right now around the sports world. So I am back here on the CE show, of course, and I am here to talk about the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, what have we seen in 2017 NBA playoffs so far? Obviously, we are seeing good series. I have to say, the second round has not been very exciting. We have seen some blowouts. There's some interesting series going on. Houston beat San Antonio tonight to tie that series 2-2. Washington beat Boston. They have tied that series 2-2. Although so there's been other than game two in that series, there's been a lot of blowouts, especially the last two games. Game three and Washington has tied it 2-2. Like I said, Houston has tied San Antonio 2-2 by winning tonight. And then obviously we got the other two that are pretty much blowouts. Golden State beating the shit out of Utah 3-0, and then Cleveland already sent Toronto on vacay. Fishing, they're already fishing. Earlier today, Cleveland eliminated Toronto. I expected a little bit more from Toronto. I thought they were going to at least win one or two games. But obviously, they were missing one of the best players in Kyle Lowry. He was dealing with an ankle injury. So I guess that when you're going up against the best team or one of the best teams in the NBA and you're missing one of your star players, you're going to have some problems. You're going to have some problems if you had Kyle Lowry. So, they were kind of done. To me, I mean, everybody knew that Cleveland was going to win that series. But I thought maybe Toronto could win a game or two. But obviously, they were not they did not have their team 100%. Kyle Lowry was dealing with an ankle injury towards the end of that series. So I think if maybe had they had Kyle Lowry, maybe they would have won a few games. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that was their knockout punch. Not having Kyle Lowry through some of this series really affected Toronto. Chances of possibly winning one or two games. In Cleveland, they're dominating. LeBron James playing very good basketball. He's really turned it on. It's unbelievable. The guy is shooting threes this year. It's unbelievable. I don't know if it has something to do with possibly going with Steph Curry and all them boys and Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. I don't know what is going on, but it seems like this year he's making a lot of threes. I guess he's getting himself ready for possibly a three-point shootout in the finals. I don't know, but he's really shooting the threes this year. It seems like. And I mean, that was one of the weakest parts of his game. In this year, he's getting strong. So LeBron James is even getting better at this late in his career. He's like in the middle of his career, and he's still getting better because I think this year he has really improved shooting the shooting those three shots. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens in the finals if they were to face off. But yeah, they send them home, and they're playing very good basketball. Like I said, LeBron James probably been the best player in the NBA playoffs so far. Cleveland's is 8-0, they have not lost a game. Golden State 7-0, they have not lost a game. And we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you something. Golden State has better players. But to me, overall team, Cleveland has a better team. That's what I'm seeing so far. Especially that second unit of Darren Williams and Kyle Culver. I really like what I'm seeing from Cleveland as a team overall, led by LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. But then the other guys, the J.R. Smiths, Iman Shumpers, Darren Williams, Kyle Culver, Tristan Thompson, Kevin Love, they are really showing up. To me, on paper, Cleveland may be a better team. Like I said, you have possibly three of the top 10 players, at least two of the top 10 players on your team when you're Golden State, and Kevin Durant and Steph Curry. And you go to Cleveland, they have the best player in the world and another pretty good player in Kyrie Irving. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. But let's see what happens. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. But yeah, Cleveland's going on to for the third straight year. They're going on to the Eastern Finals. Golden State seems like they're on their way as well for the third straight year to the Western Conference Finals. And we're gonna have to see who it's pretty much who's gonna be their opponents. On the West, who's gonna be their opponents? Either San Antonio or Houston. And on the East, who's gonna be their opponents? Either Boston or Washington. It is going to be interesting to see. I think San Antonio will win that series. Houston seems like they're a very hot and cold team. To me, they were very hot on the first game, and then they cooled down for game 2 and 3, and then tonight they once again got hot. We'll see what happens in game 5 back in San Antonio. I expect San Antonio to win that game. The series to me that's the most interesting one is Boston and Washington. You've seen a lot of blowouts other than game 2, really. But especially the last 2 games, Washington has really taken it to Boston, and it is going to be interesting to see. I picked Washington to win this series. I just look at. I think John Wall really can take advantage of the size difference between him and Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is a great player, but defensively he's gonna struggle guarding a guy like John Wall. So I think to me that's what I said earlier before the series started. I'm like, John Wall is going to give Isaiah Thomas a lot of problems because Isaiah Thomas is too small to guard him. Then you got Avery Bradley. He can also go in there and guard him possibly. But I mean, to me, you're always gonna have that point guard mismatch. At times, you can switch off with Avery Bradley, or and he's a little bit more. But you're still going to get a lot of Isaiah Thomas guarding John Wall. And to me, more often than not, just because of the size difference, I think John Wall will win that. And John Wall, he's a very good player. Bradley Beal. John Wall and Bradley Beal are very good players. I just think that Washington's going to take over. We'll see what happens. Like I've always said, I think Boston does not have enough offense other than Isaiah Thomas. So I don't know. You have to play low scoring games. If it gets to the 90s or 100, they are in trouble. I really think I don't know. I think Boston does not have enough scoring to go up against some of these teams. I thought that's why they struggled with Chicago because they, like I said, same thing. They don't have enough. They rely a lot on their defense. But basketball is that one sport where you have to have offense more often than not. That's going to win you. Obviously, defense obviously helps. But I mean, there's a sport, basketball, shooting. And Boston is one of those few teams in the league who actually wins with their defense. But can you keep up? Can you keep up with Washington, with John Wall, Bradley Beal, and the rest of the team? Isaiah Thomas, we know he can do it. He scored 53 points the other night. But how about the other guys? Who else is going to show up and help Isaiah Thomas? I want to see that. That is what I want to see. Who else is going to help Isaiah Thomas? Al Horford? We'll see. There has to be somebody else that helps Isaiah Thomas offensively against this Washington team. But we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-2, and so is the other one. San Antonio and Houston is 2-2. I think San Antonio will win that series. I just think Houston's a hot and cold team, and more often than not, when you're a hot and cold team, you're especially when you're going against a team like San Antonio, who's won championships, knows how to play defense, comes up with a good strategy. I think more often than not, you're going to be cold. They're going to cool you off. They're going to know how to. They're actually letting James Harden beat them, especially last game. Not this game, but the other game. They were very successful, letting James Harden beat them, but not letting anybody else closing out those 3-point shooters. Lou Williams, Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson. So it seems like that's some of the strategies they're taking. San Antonio. I'm watching some film, ladies and gentlemen, and that is what I'm seeing. That they're more worried about. Okay, James Harden's going to get his, but let's not let the other guys, Ryan Anderson, Lou Williams, Eric Gordon, Beverly. Let's not let those guys score the 3. So it seems like that's a strategy San Antonio has taken the last few games. Let James Harden get his, but let's stop everybody else from shooting the threes. Tonight they were not very successful. I thought the Houston just had more energy, and like I said, they were knocking on their three, something that had happened. And for games 2 and 3, it happened tonight, just like it happened in game 1. But we will see what happens. I think San Antonio will adjust. Well, I don't think they even have to adjust. I just think Houston is just hot and cold, and I don't think they're gonna stay hot. Again, they might. I don't know. We'll see, but it's just too hard to win a game like that. Just shooting three balls. You have got to have a post game. Shoot a mid-range shot. They're just three attempts. They go all the way up in the paint. But like I said in my other video, they are having trouble getting in the paint because you have 2 7-footers and Pau Gasol and LaMarcus Aldridge who are gonna say no. So in Houston, other than Nene, who actually got hurt tonight, they don't, and in Capella, they don't have enough size. And, now, like I said, now they're missing Nene, so I don't know what's wrong with Nene. He appeared to be very, not doing very good tonight, Nene. So I hope Nene, I feel for you, Nene, but now they only have Capella when it comes to size, and you're already getting oversized with 2 guys like 2 7-footers. So it is going to be interesting to see what Houston does when it comes to the post game, because they don't even have much of a post game. And now if Nene goes down, one of their few players who actually plays defense and posts up, Houston is in trouble. Now you only got Capella. I mean, I'm not lying. That is a terrible injury. That is going to be a terrible injury if they're going to miss Nene. Nene is one of the few guys on the team who can get down and dirty on the post, along with Capella. So now you're leaving Capella alone. And you got to deal with those 2 7-footers. And, it is going to be interesting to see what happens if Nene misses. They're just going to let it. You thought they were shooting some threes. Now, if they're missing Nene, they're going to even have to even shoot more threes, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be interesting what happens. But like I said, Cleveland's already going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Golden State's on their way. They're 3-0. They're on their way. And now it's who will they play? Either San Antonio or Houston, or on the East, who will they'll play either Boston or Washington. I am excited. I hope you guys are excited. I know it's kind of a conclusion that they'll still win in Cleveland. It will be Cleveland versus Golden State. Golden State versus Cleveland. But we'll see what happens. Let's enjoy it. Let's be fans. And let's enjoy these 2 other series that we have going on in Boston, Washington, and in San Antonio, Houston. Let's just be fans of basketball, damn it. And we'll see what happens, okay? And all I have to say is we'll see what happens. And, we'll see we'll see. Like I said, I think San Antonio will win it, and I think Washington will win the other one, and then it will be Cleveland versus Washington, and Golden State versus San Antonio. But we will see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We will see what happens. But until next time, I am CE. I am the man that runs the plays. I will continue to run the plays. We'll see what happens. I hope I can be back here soon. I want to make more videos, but there's just not a lot of stuff going on. You're going to see a lot of basketball probably from now on. NFL's kind of shutting down now until probably August, so a lot of basketball, and we'll see what else happens, ladies and gentlemen, on the CE Show. I will continue to find ways to entertain you, but expect a lot of basketball videos here in the next month or so until around June. Then we'll see what happens in the summer. Maybe some baseball. Oh, shit, I almost fell. By the way, Yankees and Cubs and Yankees, man, they fucking are like in the 14th inning. Somebody needs to fucking score. But yeah, whatever, ladies and gentlemen. I am the man that runs the place. I am CE, and I will catch you guys on the road, ladies and gentlemen. And that's been it. Bye, ladies and gentlemen. I am done with this. What is this? I want to stop talking. Shut off. What the fuck is going on right now? I cannot believe this.